Chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise.
Chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise.
Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise. There, you see the mask has been put on. Now you don't see the messed up hair and everything. The illusion has been broken. I need to go to Unrest, but no portals online. It said like 45 minutes to sort of run there, so I logged off for a bit. I don't think it takes 45 minutes anymore. Depends on where you're at in the game world. But translocators on the docks, you don't have to take boats anymore. I mean, as long as you got some sort of run speed buff, you can get it anywhere in the world in 20 minutes without ports. Oh yeah, this is a celebration stream, Desh. Get prepared. A lot of stuff happened last night. Where is your character at? And I can tell you how long it will take you to get there, get from there to Unrest. That would be a better, just let me know where your character is at without a port. Without a port. Now I want to try your Lord of the Rings videos and WoW. Now I want to try Lord of the Rings and WoW because of your videos. Hey man, there's only so many hours in the day. The only reason I get away with it is because I'm in a position where I was able to start pursuing full-time streaming. But also just even gaming at nights. I've always rotated 2 MMORPGs and 1 single player game. For years I've done that. Usually I have an MMO that I play with my brother, I have an MMO that I play with the community, and then I have a single player game that I will pursue. I don't jump around and play 20 games at once. I have, like right now I'm working on Assassin's Creed Origin. That's my single player game. And then I'm doing more than 2 MMOs right now. I'm actually doing 4 because I'm doing EverQuest, Project 1999, Lord of the Rings Online, and I'm doing World of Warcraft Classic. But to be fair, I'm only doing Lotro 1 night a week. WoW is 1 night a week. P99 is 1 night a week, and the rest is EverQuest TLP. Long summer holiday. So before I get to the big news, if you're just now starting The Boys, dude, it gets so much better. It is hands down. I know a lot of people are giving Amazon shit for what they did to the Wheel of Time and how they look to be destroying Rings of Power, but they have some really good original television. The Boys is one of them. Also, if you have not yet watched The Man in the High Castle, The Man in the High Castle was extremely, extremely good. The Boys is extremely good. It's probably one of the coolest original takes on superheroes that I've seen. And I believe it's based on a comic, but it's so good. We have not watched the most recent season, which is season 3, I think. It already got renewed for season 4. And everybody says season 3 was better than season 2, and season 2 was definitely better than season 1. It's such a good show. So if you're just now getting into The Boys, worth it. So yeah, you asked about that number down there, Desh. Oh yeah, we hit it. 2 weeks early, we hit it. Blew me away. So last night, normal night, going in, playing EverQuest, in my rotation like I've been doing, and we've been plugging away. Um, yeah, The Man in the High Castle is a great show. Um, we've been plugging away, and I know my growth, and I know my expectations. And my expectations are low, my growth is low, but it's steady, slow and steady. Dash lock dash in for $4 more. We're into stretch goals now, baby. Thanks, Dash. Um, I've never read the comic, Darth, so that's going to be very interesting if I ever get around to that. And yes, you need time for the family. So before I started the stream, I was literally just doing cat dad stuff. We have one baby. It's a female, and she started getting out of the box last night on her own. And this morning, 5 times. Like I was making my coffee out of the box, put her back in the box, out of the box, put her back in the box, out of the box. She's the one. She's the explorer, so she's already out and like wanting to go around the kitchen. Um, the other one, we're on day 2 of her eye drops. Her eyes were better this morning. She still is feeling some discomfort, but she's playing with her siblings. She still has her appetite and everything, so she's doing good. So yes, family time is important, as is cat time. Anyway, plugging along last night, um, and I know my objectives, and $500 for me, like I said, that was my full time goal. That's what I need to pay our bills here. That covers our basic necessities for the month to month. Last month, without doing any objectives whatsoever, we did $312, 311, 312. So I said $500. That's totally doable. Um, so I set the objective, and I said I'm pretty sure we can get there by the end of the month, just slow and steady, because I know I'm bringing in right now, and I'm probably gonna do a, I'll probably do a transparency video about my YouTube growth, because I got monetized in February after like 3 years of the channel. I wasn't doing a lot with the channel for a long time. It just sat here. But then last year I started taking this seriously and I started putting out a lot of content. So I got monetized in February. Then we moved in March. April we didn't really have internet. Then May was the first month where I actually sat down and said, I'm gonna stream. Rather than I'm not gonna go look for a part-time job again. I'm just gonna sit down and stream and see what growth can look like. Um, and so I kind of figured I think we can hit that in June. And so doing it for the whole month, doable, totally doable with everybody who's been doing the memberships and super chats and super thanks, everything else. So last night we're playing, and it's a good stream. Like we started off the stream last night, and right away, um, as we got going, Merxion did a super chat for $20. Keith came in for $4. Cantan came for 5, and then we were over the $400 mark. And then Caleb came in and did a membership and $5, and suddenly we were, over $400. We were like 404, something like that. And I was like, cool, we've made it past the 80% mark. We're now in the home stretch. We're definitely going to be good for the rest of the month because there's still 2 weeks to go. And then we're like an hour out from wrapping up the stream, and Mobs comes in and drops $100 on the stream. And I don't know, for those of you who were watching live last night, if you go back and watch the live stream, it's towards the end of the stream. I had to stop. Like I was pulling for the group in Soleil. Like I had to stop. I got a little teary-eyed. You know that it was a very emotional moment to think that there are people out there who. It's amazing enough that we have people who are joining the channel as members and doing super chats like Desh just did. Thank you so much, man. People who are enjoying the content and willing to support as a content creator. But then to have somebody come out of the blue and drop $100 was like, what just happened? Like that's the kind of stuff where I think it happens, but it happens rarely. And when it happens, you have to stop and take appreciation for any time. It doesn't matter the size of the donation, right? It does not matter the size of what people want to, but um, it took me by surprise, completely last night. So as of last night, we're past our goal now. Now we're into stretch goals. I don't have a stretch goal for the month yet. So tonight we'll think some more. Today during this celebratory stream, excuse me, my nose. I'm willing to take suggestions from people live, and if you're going to be dropping comments down below. Um, my group did not die because we stopped, but my group did die later on, or maybe it was earlier, because I got a little greedy with pulls, and I was trying to beat this stupid mage that was pulling a 41 mage pulling all these level 25 mobs, and I was trying to beat him to spawn. I got a little greedy, and I pulled too many back to the group, and we did have a wipe. Totally my fault. So we hit the goal for the month, which is awesome. It makes me very, this month was a test month. Can I really do it? Looking towards next month and going, if I can do it in June, then I can do it in July. So for me, I'm tentatively saying I'm going full-time YouTube. Why not? You know, it's everything's on the rise. The trajectory looks good. It could always drop. The bottom could drop out. Maduro says we didn't die. The druid saved everyone. Uh, the druid did save everyone a couple of times when I was rooted in the hallway. But that one pull was totally my fault. But I've been tracking the trajectory of everything, and like last month we had 9 members here on YouTube, and we had 8 people join the Patreon. Some of those people are double dipping, so they're supporting in both places, which is awesome. We've sold some copies. God damn it, Dash. Thank you, sir. God damn it. You guys are killing me. Oh my god. You're just trying to make me get all weepy eyed and cry on stream again. Thank you, Dash. I say fuck you in a nice way. It's like, god damn it. Um, God damn it. Thank you. I'm a little giddy right now. It's all good, man. It's all good. So, it's looking good. I'm definitely gonna pursue it full time now. Thank you so much, Desh. You want to see a tear? It might happen. You never know. Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do next month though. I got to come up with an objective for next month. Above and beyond just here's my this is full time goal. Excuse me. My sinuses are wrecked the last couple of days. I apologize for the sniffles and snorting, everybody. It's been raining, and then we have like all these cats, and there's chickens and dust from the rain coming down, and stuff's flowering. So I should just take my Flonase and stop whining about it. Um, so now like I said, I have no idea what the stretch goals could be for the rest of the month. So if anybody has ideas, talk about them this morning. Also drop them in the comments. I'll probably start a YouTube community post later today and ask people what they think about stretch goals. Start thinking about stuff. I mean, I have objectives for around the house, like the $500 goal is what we need for our expenses, and then we already. So oh, by the way, I have to talk about this too. Good morning, Fortnite. Like not only have we done this, we also raised $490 with the cat fundraiser, which was like the first few days of May. So between that $490 and the 533, we've raised over like I've done over $1,000 this month so far, which is amazing to think of. Now I'm not I can't touch the cat fundraiser stuff. That's for cats. But the point I want to make is people have you know been going above and beyond to support Chris and I um, as content creators and stuff. So that's really 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 cool. It's like I had always thought that YouTube could be something I could pursue one day, but I never actually was like, you know, I was always like maybe one day. But then when I started taking it seriously in May, it was just like, and also just looking at, Nathan and I have had some really good conversations about it because he's been growing his channel for a couple years longer than I have, and he's obviously got about double he's got over 10,000 followers, and he and I have talked a lot, and I know what to look forward to in terms of numbers and growth and everything else, and I looked at that and said, well, if that's what I can look forward to, then I definitely that's way more than we need to pay our basic bills. So if I just keep doing this steadily, we will eventually get to that point and we'll be fine. So now it's just like cool. Now I got to come up with more cool content to do for everybody. Um, I'm gonna have to earmark all the different Chris's, C1, C2. Um, To be fair, my wife's name is without the H, so Tris. We could call you Tris, and my wife would just be Chris. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Technically, Christina's name is Maria. Don't tell her I told you that. She's working right now. She doesn't hear me, but she does watch my streams after the fact. But technically, her first name's Maria, but she hates that name because everyone in Mexico is named Maria. And there's also a lot of Christinas, but she prefers Christina. So the whole time I've known her, it's been Chris. And then I didn't even find out her first name was Maria until we'd been. I want to say it wasn't until we'd been dating for like 2 years, maybe three. I think it was around the time we got engaged and we were, you know, gonna we were starting to talk about getting married and everything, and then it was like we had to start doing paperwork and all this other stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, your name's Maria? And she's like, yes, but I don't use that name. Pretty sure that was when I found out. It's not like I found out. That's when I learned that her first name was not Christina. I don't know if you heard that. Somebody's been setting off fireworks, and they're not little fireworks. These are like M50 explosives all morning today. Chris told me why. It's some sort of celebration is going on. Scared the shit out of me because they started at like 6:30 this morning. I literally rolled out of bed and I was feeding the cats, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. There it went again. I thought it was a transformer blowing, and I was like, "Well, shit. I guess we're gonna be without power today." And then it turns out it was just um, pyrotechnics. I'm starting at 7 tonight. All right. Tonight, Nathan was just asking. Tonight's the night we are starting World of Warcraft Classic multi-stream group tonight. 7. I'll be live at 7. To be honest with you, though, I'll probably start a Warcraft stream at like 4 or 5 and stream my mage for a couple hours, and then roll into the Gnomeregan group. We'll see. I might split those up. Not sure. I was gonna do Assassin's Creed Origins this morning, and I still. Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Des, we got sidetracked telling stories. Hey Maduros, are you still around? If you're in Keynotes, yes, you're gonna need a port or run, because that is a long one. Now I can come get you with my Bard, and help cut that runtime down significantly. If Maduros is on, we can come get you and get you a port real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna load up EverQuest while I'm sitting here because one way or the other we can get you. Are you available to log in, Dash? That would be the next question, I guess. Because you just need to get out of Keynotes. Maduros is on. Looks like we can get you a port, Dash. If you can log on. I don't know if you can log on. Nice, Crinkled. Well, I'll be starting the stream tonight. At the very least, I may do my solo leveling stream after I do this congratulations stream. I am level 50, 50, and I think 15. Dash is online. All right, coming on. So yeah, Crinkled. The group will be starting. I'll be on about 7 p.m. Rest of the group will be on by 7:30 p.m. tonight Central. Crinkled for World of Warcraft stuff tonight. Let me switch my stream over so we can actually look at the EverQuest stuff instead of just my ugly mug. Black Bower isn't good for me. No, you need to be in Unrest. Thanks, Maduros, by the way. What class are you, Desh? I'm just deciding if I need to grab my Chanter, I can give you some buffs, or I'll just run with my Bard. Where's Maduros at? Mage? Alright, let me get my Enchanter. Because we can get you parked in... Hey, can I get a... Where... Can I get a pickup, Maduros? Or I guess I could just meet you guys. I don't need a pickup. I can meet you guys, Maduros. I'll meet you guys in... Where should you bind? Where should Desh bind? You shouldn't be KOS in Caledon, I think. On your way back to Keno's Hills. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm at the bandit camp. Alright. Running my ass to... Well, there's lots of undead and unrest, but not between there and here. Hey, Maduros, can I get a pickup in Butcher Block? I'll hang out and come along with you. I gotta get to Butcher Block first, so... If he's on his way to Keno's Hills, can you do Surefall yet? Or are we gonna run from the... Are we gonna run from Corona? I suppose we could jump into voice chat in Discord. What's up, Eric Marr? Man, that bread, the X for Victory bread post you sent me, dude, that was on fire. That's actually a good idea. Can you do your... Well, he's already in Keno's Hills, so he could get to Surefall, Maduros. If you can solo port to Surefall, I would say just do that, and then I will meet you guys in BB, and we can figure out binds and stuff. Invite Tenbatsu. Should have an invite in Batsu to the group. I need to type in chat for Maduros. I'm zoning right now. I bet it was delicious, Eric Marr. It looked delicious. And yeah, the bind is wherever you are. Desh. So As a caster, you can bind yourself anywhere in the game world. However, there are soul binders in the cities that melee characters can use to get bound. Um, oh, you can also bind at the LDON camps as melee characters. Okay, well, I'm almost there, Maduros. I need to check my phone because somebody's sending me messages. I see a halfling ahead of me. All right, well, while you're loading that, I need to check my phone. That's a really good idea, bro. Thanks. So that was my brother. Just reminding me. So I'm new to all this, and he was saying some of the homesteaders he follows, instead of doing stretch goals, they have they have Amazon wish list stuff for as an additional thing for people who want to go crazy that way as well. I was like, that's a really good idea. I haven't done that yet. So that's an option. Food for thought, because I need toolkits and other stuff as we continue to renovate this place. I need to get the first videos up on the Marginal Boundaries channel of us renovating this place. Or show what it looked like when we moved in compared to what, it's starting to become civilized, but it's still. Chris hates it when I show this on stream. You see that right there? All the paint just coming off the wall there. We have no baseboards or anything. So this is concrete block. And the people who lived here before us, when they moved out, like they just threw a coat of like water paint all over everything, and it's just because of the humidity and everything, it just peels off. Um, So that's a good question, Ten. Okay. Yeah. If you've got your own, if you have your own bind, let's just do it in unrest then. An origin for selling. By the way, I suppose if there's anybody who needs an invite while we are online, let us know. Head and rest. I could do some clarity for peeps out front. The follow macro is your friend, sir. /follow. Oh, it's all good. I'm gonna go to the entrance anyway and offer clarity to some peeps while I'm logged in at the very least. Do some drive-by clarity. Watching halflings run is such a joy. Like watching their little feet go pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Let me go into Discord and see if anybody needs an invite. Oh my god, Joe posted the Dwarven Tank song clip from EverQuest 2.
I think we need to make a tank song.
That was when the Island Boys song was going around.
In the theme of the Island Boys. I'm
Yes.
a Dwarven tank trying to make it.
I love it.
Pull them mobs like I
Yes.
fake it.
Joe, good times, man. It's awesome that he has that clipped somewhere. Now you have to target me and /follow. You can also just make a macro. Philo, yeah, the early stuff you missed, man. So we hit the $500 goal like 2 weeks early. We hit it last night. So I wanted to do a celebration stream this morning and come on and hang out with peeps and talk about all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, last night we hit $500 out, for the month goal like 2 weeks early, which was awesome. So this morning was all about coming on and celebrating and having fun and talking about potential stretch goals and what might happen in July. I don't know yet. Talk with, ideas that people might have for stretch goals, types of content people might want to see, especially like for the memberships. All I'm doing right now is the audiobook stuff, and I don't know what are other things people might want to see for like the membership, for all the people who are members of the Adventurers Guild. Play some games, which in this case, Desh was here and needed to get an escort from Kinos Hills to Unrest, so we took care of that, or we're in the middle of taking care of that. And then I may go back to check some gaming news stuff. Ah, coffee. One second. There's a dude here. I don't know what class he is, so I'm just gonna buff him. Yeah, don't bind here, 10. Wait till we get to unrest. I saw your bind affinity spell going off. Like, no, don't do it yet. Oh, okay. You were working on Viz. Gotcha. Ah. And not just to celebrate the $500, but also um, the fact that we were the little kitten. We got her drops yesterday afternoon. We took her to the vet, and she's doing much better this morning. So that's another celebration thing. Because she was pretty bad just bad eyes for like a week. But thankfully she's not sick with anything else. Yes, you'll bind in this tunnel 10. Right here where all these people are in the corner. And not only that, but like we were sitting here this morning and just talking about all the fun things that have been happening and just moving, and it's been a very interesting couple of months. So you can bind here, and now you can do anything you need. And I'm going to run inside. And see if anybody needs any clarity. There are 25 players in this instance. Hey, that's a proper payment, right? Time for me to run around and buff all the peeps. Is anybody at gazebo? There's nobody at gazebo. Is anybody in the backyard? Oh my god, the yard is full of mobs. There's nobody doing anything in the yard. Very interesting. I'd say they're just really good friends, Desh. Like, XIX, XYXX, XAXX, XOXX, XUXX, XEXX. Just really good friends, you know? Alright, I think I've given haste to all the pets. I just need to get the monk. Are you going up to the fireplace, Midros? No, there's nobody up at the fireplace. Never mind, there's nobody up there. I need to med a little bit. You can see if you die on your stream while I'm tabbed out. This is true. Did I miss somebody? Gnome saying. I don't know where that Gnome Saiyan character is. Are they upstairs? 99 cents! I can't remember where the fireplace is. Ah, here it is. Greater concentration. You get clarity. Thanks for more donations, Dash. Appreciate it. And you get a clarity, and you get a clarity, and you get a clarity. I think I got everybody. Alright, I do need to med up a little bit after that one. Somebody's asking if I'm the Twitch guy. I was like, no, YouTube. But yeah, it's kind of funny that we are becoming known for our YouTube streams because there's not that many people streaming at the moment. Now lure a bunch of mobs. AC says watching Caprica. I'm not watching Caprica. It is on my list. Did I get kid? Target kid. This is what I love about EverQuest, like being able to just come do this kind of stuff. I love the fact that somebody actually knows who the hell, because I'm not a big time streamer. I'm just some dude. But the fact that someone's, hey, are you that streamer dude? Yes, yes I am. All right, I'm gonna go check the basement here in a minute. I just say frack all the time, AC. I would wait dash until you're in a group. If you're in a group and you know the group's gonna go for like 3 to 4 hours, that's a good time to use a pot. Um, don't use your pots if you're soloing. Like just wait until you're in a group. All right, I'm gonna go check the basement, Maduros. Maybe if I can remember how to get down there. Shit might actually aggro me in the basement. Isn't there like a bookshelf or something? How do I get down in the basement? I thought it was through one of these doors. Obviously that's not it. What the hell? All right, YouTube, how do I get down to the basement? Oh, wait. No, that's not it. Oh my god, I'm like failing on stream. This is Oh, you need a key. Oh, okay, thanks for that, Mom. So I was like sitting here going, I could swear it's this fucking bookcase. Come on, let me in. It literally says in my main chat, it's locked and you're not holding a key, but because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so in main chat, it's like it's locked and you're not holding a key. Well, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I'll come get you on the way out, 10. I'll refresh your buffs real quick, and then actually I'm gonna go do some gaming news stuff. We'll go browse some news. Go do some more chat stuff. Actually, is everybody else in the guild that needs stuff? I think everybody's good to go for the moment. Alright. Maduros, can I get a punt to common lands, please? Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna have to go look up how to get a key, because we've never done Unrest Basement, obviously, so... Thinking about getting a key at some point. Hoojawa! Alright, I'll take a port. sir. Thank you. I might actually go hang out at the tunnel because I have 1,000 plat, and maybe I'll buy something for myself for my bard. I haven't bought anything yet, and I'm not rich. I only have 1,000 plat, but honestly, I probably shouldn't buy anything. I should probably save all this for the for leveling up my research more. But I could park him. I don't have anything else going on with this character. Just keep him parked at the tunnel for a little bit. Where is the tunnel? Tunnel is a ways away over there. Let's just watch auction for a few minutes. I've yet to come here and hang out and just watch auction stuff. Oh yeah. Spell costs are not cheap. Cobalt boots. Oh, loot of the Gypsy Princess? It's tradable. Ooh. Wow, how do I get that? I'm gonna go look that up. Loot of the Gypsy Princess. How do I get that? Where does it come from? That comes from a werewolf or Minthi Divisi in the... I'm assuming both of those are in Mistmoor. Uh-huh. Same mobs that drop the drums. Gotcha. Yep, 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 yep. All right, that makes sense. All right. I'm going to bio real quick, everybody. I'll be back in... I'm going to get some more coffee, too, and check on the kittens with Chris. So give me about 5 minutes. It might be less, but I will be back shortly. I'm just going to take a bio, get some more coffee, check on the kittens and Chris, and then come back. And then we're going to move to some gaming news next, I think. Just hanging out this morning. So I came back. All the babies are sleeping. Chris is getting ready to go do some quick. She's gonna run to the corner store, get some sausages so we can have sausages and eggs. But I come back and Nathan is sending me a bunch of like it's fluff art for the for our tabletop book. So like, let me share this real quick. How do I do a quick and easy share? Um, like, can I just share this window real quick? Hold up. I want to open this. I should be able to just open this as an image here. I'm new to Streamlabs because I was using OBS for so long, so give me a second here. We're going to do a new source, image, add source, browse. So This axe right here. Can I move that somewhere? Okay, yeah, and I can resize it. So this is what he's working on now. Are images like this. He's doing these like fluff images, which are like weapons and things of that nature, which we're putting in like the bottom corner of a page or the top corner of a page. But these are the types of things that I get to take and put anywhere in our source book. So the source book is out on. It was published on May 31st. He's still doing more of this kind of stuff for us, so there will be a revision at some point, and anybody who's purchased a copy will get an updated version of the book once we get all the new art into it and everything else. But we're trying to get all this other stuff fluff in before the Kickstarter for the hardback versions, which we'll do in July at some point. But this is an example of some of the art that he's working on right now, which is just fluff stuff. It's little things like axes and swords and a dice bag and maybe a loot and little treasure chest, that type of stuff that you can put. It's just artwork for D&D stuff. It's just like typical fluff artwork. So this is what Nathan Napalm is working on right now. He was doing the races and classes for our book. So if you've purchased our book, all the races and classes, the artwork was done by Nathan. And then there is a creature in there that was done by Becca, who is Bandicoot and Sparrow's daughter, and she's doing some more creatures for us. She's actually working on the new image right now. So anyway, that's a cool little stuff. Fluff stuff. That sir is required kit. It is for dwarves. Yeah. Well, I call it fluff art because the main art was I need the races, I need the classes, and we need all of this, like the stuff that Chris did, which is all the Vista art, like mountains and landscapes and deserts and scenes, big open scenes. And then she did castles and stuff like that. So that was all the stuff that Chris did. And then Nathan did the races and classes and then started working on this fluff stuff. Now, for the Kickstarter page, Nathan's going to be doing some other stuff. And then we're going to have a stretch goal on the Kickstarter. So this is the coolest part about this project for me is that, a lot of other Kickstarters, when they launch, it's for an idea. Ours is not. Like, the product's already out the door. We launched the product on the 31st. We did the first live stream of the campaign on the 12th. We're every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central, on the Weave and Void Twitch channel. We're live with that 5th edition setting campaign, and we're going to be marching forward. So it's for a product that's already out. So literally, we're just doing a Kickstarter for the hardback versions because we did a vote because people were asking about it, and I think about 40-ish people said that they wanted hardback versions. That doesn't mean that 40 people will buy it. It just means that 40 people voted and said they would like a hardback version of the book. So we're going to do a very small Kickstarter, like a $2,500 Kickstarter for, 50 copies or something. And cool, sell 50 copies for the hardback people who want, for the fans who want the hardback version. And then the rest of it will be, we'll have a stretch goal for more art for Nathan. There's multiple stretch goals. That's literally what I'm working on right now is the stretch goal stuff and the Kickstarter page. And then today, I'll have a post out today on the Patreon page. Today is Patreon day. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays are the Patreon posts for the dev stuff. And then we had our stand-up last night. So if you haven't already done so, Chris, my wife, and then my brother Joey, we had our stand-up last night at like 10 o'clock. That's already up in the Discord. Just talking about stuff we've been working on for that world map behind me. We're cruising along. We're doing, my brother and I in particular, now that I'm done with the tabletop book, that's off the table. I don't have to work on that anymore. The question is, what do I work on next? And this is something that I'll be sharing with the members here on YouTube. I'm either going to start programming for the project or I'm going to start doing world building to help my brother out. We haven't decided what we need yet, and we have to have another couple meetings to just kind of iron out. Because the nice thing about what we're doing with Unreal, because we're not doing a multiplayer game this time around, because I spent 7 years doing an MMORPG as the creative director, and I don't want to do that anymore. So this is a lot different because the three of us can handle it. So because we're not doing any networking, we don't need any actual programming. We could do everything with blueprints. So that's what we've been doing to date. And the question is, are there any things that we want to add to the game that would require custom programming? And if so, I already went out and bought a couple of courses, and I'll just teach myself programming, C++. If we don't need anything, if we don't think we're going to need anything programmed into our point and click game, then I'm just going to go in and start doing interior world building for my brother. So helping him out with that. So while he's finishing up exteriors and everything else, I will then go on and start working on the interior scenes for like the sheriff's house, the adventurers guild, the Church of the Elder Ways barracks, the hunter's cabin, things of that nature. There's a half a dozen buildings or so that need interiors, um, and I would be able to go build those. Now I haven't done world building in about 6 years, so I'm a little rusty, and I did all my world building in Unity, but Unreal is not that different from Unity in that sense. So it's mostly just getting back up to speed with the tools. That would probably happen by August. It won't be happening in July because July we're going to kick the Kickstarter off, um, and then I'll work on that stuff later. But we're shooting for a Christmas launch of our point and click game, so that's the objective anyway. Might happen later, might happen sooner. You never know. Aaron Victoria has offered to help us a couple times, but I don't want to do any trade work right now. I want to actually be able to pay people for their time, so we're keeping it very low key. The Patreon right now, by the way, thanks to everybody who's supporting over there. The Patreon has grown a lot. It's bringing in like 174 bucks a month right now, which is pretty cool. Joey and I and Chris don't see any of that. Right now, that money is being used to pay for Nathan, Becca, and it also pays for Unreal assets from the store for the point and click game. As that Patreon continues to grow, eventually that will start paying us dividends, but I'd say we'll be lucky if we start actually getting to see some of that money by the end of the year because we still need assets. We're going to have more stuff that we're doing with other contractors and stuff. So maybe by the end of the year, but it depends on the growth there too. Because if we can get that up to $1,500 a month, then I'm going to start writing chapters once a week rather than twice a month for the book series, and that's all over at the Patreon page. And then at $3,000 a month, we start splitting the money with Nathan. So we give $1,000 a month to him, $1,000 a month to my brother, and $1,000 to my wife and I. But that's a long-term goal for that Patreon page. We looked at like DM Dave. DM Dave he's got like 7,000 subscribers on his Patreon, and he brings in like $35,000 a month. But he has a team. He's got several artists, several writers. He's got full-time staff. But that would be as much as we look at Critical Role as the sort of unicorn example of what a successful live stream campaign can look like, we look to DM Dave and say, this is what a unicorn version of a successful Patreon could look like. It's always good to have the unicorn goals as your long-term sort of objective, and then also in between there, you're looking at other people who are doing different things and going, well, that's realistic, that's realistic, that's realistic. Because I'm not looking for investors this time around. We're not going to do the investor thing. We did that with Stormhaven Studios and Saga of Leucemia, and it was good. It was successful. I learned a lot. Being able to sign Bob Brown was a pretty epic moment in my career, and raise all that money. That was definitely chest thumping. Going from nothing in the MMORPG industry, doing that was pretty cool, but also tiring, and running 20 plus team members on top of being the creative director, lead writer, art director, everything, on top of pitching and running the company and being the marketing director and all of this stuff. It was just too many candles at both ends. So this project is much smaller. It's much easier to manage. It's just my wife and my brother and I, and then working with Nathan, and Becca as artists. It's been pretty cool. It will grow, and if it does grow the way we want it to, we will eventually end up having a small team of maybe 6 people. I don't think we would ever envision it being more than 10. Like 6 to 10 people would be all we would want to employ for that project. So we're only a year and a half in. So in terms of where we're at with that project, we're on track for everything. Because we just launched that in March of 2021. We didn't even incorporate until October of 2021. So that's when we did the branding and everything else. So we've really only been branded for 8 months, 9 months, something like that. So are we a year and a half in yet? A little less than a year and a half. Anyway, that's boring stuff. Let's go look at some let's go look at some game news or something. Get Twitter open, get Reddit open. All right. Now I need to pull this up here. There's going to be a little bit of a thing here because I got to get this open. Window capture project. Which one am I doing here? Twitter? There we go. All right. Woot! Thanks for the subscription, Sam Horn. Welcome aboard. Let's run through some Twitter this morning, ladies and gents. Me as a kid, expecto patronium. Me now, expensive petroleum. That's that's pretty good. So this is a joke. This is actually quite relevant. If you've been watching the press around the remake of The Last of Us, they've obviously updated all the character models and they've made some of them look quite a bit younger than the characters should be. So this is the joke here is this is what I think a 40-year-old woman who spent 20 years surviving a post-apocalyptic world as a bounty hunter should look like. And then they made this right-hand picture here. Um, that's funny. Dragon Age Origins. Such a good game. Sparrow said she was having some health issues. She wasn't live last night, so make sure everybody sends a shout out to Sparrow this morning. She wasn't feeling good last night. Inkarnate. So I use Inkarnate for my map making, and I'm going to be doing some new map making streams, probably starting in July. Might be August. But as we get deeper into the campaign for the Weave of the Void, I'll be doing some new maps for the upcoming module that the characters are going to be playing through, and I've got to get maps prepped for that. So if you like map making stuff, I will be doing some Inkarnate map making at some point. Anson Mount. Man crush, not gonna lie. I've heard he's crushing it in Strange New Worlds, but I haven't started watching it yet, so I got to get caught up. I'm behind on all my shows. Ooh, look like there's a new interview up with Todd Howard on Starfield. I don't care about the video section here right now, so let's just go ahead and pause that. Can I pause it?
En AutoZone.
No, stop. There we go, pause. Let's see if we can, oh, it's not going to be an actual, it's a video interview then, okay. Or maybe that's from the overview of that gameplay reveal. We'll see. I'll check that out later. Oh, have anybody of you been checking this out? The Infamous Quest, the Colossal Cave 3D adventure, is from Cygnus Entertainment. So for those of you who don't know, Cygnus Entertainment is the new company founded by Ken and Roberta Williams. So these are the people who founded Sierra online entertainment way back in the day. Roberta Williams was famous for the King's Quest series, um, Quest for Glory being behind that, along with kind of not necessarily being the creative because that was the Corey and Lori Cole, but she was helped get that going. Ken obviously being the CEO of Sierra, so they came back after like 25 years of being retired. Like I had periodically checked in on their blog. They bought a sailing yacht and they just sailed around the world and lived on their boat for like the last 20, 25 years. And then they were convinced to come back to during the pandemic, they were convinced to come back to game development. And they formed Cygnus Entertainment to create a new point and click game. And they're basically doing a remake slash reboot of the Colossal Cave Adventure from the 70s, but they're doing this one as a 3D game. And if you haven't checked it out, oh my God, that's hilarious. Look at those old computers, the old CRT monitors and stuff. Um, Good times. So this is the original Colossal Cave Adventure, I think. Um, well, this is fan art. Never mind. But that's fan art made with good. Um, anyway, I'm looking forward to this. It's not probably going to be my typical like. So here's their boat, by the way, or here's at least a picture of their boat um, that they've been living on forever. Literally called Cygnus. By the way, this is what being a millionaire gets you. This was from May, apparently. They have a blog update, which I haven't looked at. Um, in any case, that was something that I've been following with. We got a notification. Yeah, everybody needs to go tell Sparrow to get feeling better. If you haven't already done so, get on it. All right, let's look at anything on YouTube. Ooh, Nathan was doing a prep stream last night. By the way, I haven't watched anything about this Tulsa King show that's coming out with Stallone finally showing his white hair instead of dyeing it. Finally playing an old man. It's gonna be very interesting. Those fucking fireworks are going off again. All right, let's go check out Nathan's video real quick. What level did he get to last night? That'll be the. Oh, it doesn't actually show when he's in combat. He's 26 right here. Um, oh, look at all those Raven Syndicate peeps running around. I love it. The fucking guild's growing. So, World of Warcraft Classic, ladies and gentlemen, that is coming down the pipeline. So, um, obviously, Wrath of the Lich King hasn't actually started yet. And it won't be coming out. We anticipate it'll be around September. So until then, our guild is going to be very busy in EverQuest on the TLP server. Oh, you got him to 727 crankled? Awesome. So that's good enough because we were trying to get everybody to like 27, 28 before we did Gnomeregan. So tonight, here's how this is working. The objective, and this is all because of my brother. My brother was the one who came like a couple months maybe now ago, 6 weeks ago. My brother was like, "Hey, I've never played Warcraft. I really want to play Warcraft. Wrath of the Lich King's coming out this fall. What if we started leveling characters to go do that?" And I went, "I'm happy to do that with you, dude. Let's do that together." And then we just happened to ask a couple people. It was like, "Hey, do you want to join us?" And we made it because we're playing. I'm already doing the multi streams on Friday nights with P99 with Nathan, and he's part of my D&D. Him and Sparrow both are part of the P99 group and also our D&D stuff with Weave in the Void. Sparrow and Bounty Code. So then we were like, well, Nathan, what do you think? And Nathan was like, oh, I'm totally down. And then I was like, what about you, Sparrow? And Sparrow was like, if I can find the time, and she found the time. And originally it was going to be Nathan's wife was going to join us as a healer, but she ended up not being able to make it because of the kids and stuff. She's got kids stuff on Thursday nights. So then I was like, well, what about Maduros? Because I know Maduros loves Wrath of the Lich King. It's his favorite expansion of all time in any game ever, and he was free, so we were able to get Maduros. So this originally started off, it was just going to be us just doing a multi-stream event on Thursday nights. And then once people found out that we were doing that, they were like, "Well, are you forming a guild? What's going on?" And it was like, "Sure, we'll form a guild. Why not?" And then that turned into this thing of like, "Well, shit, if we've got this many people interested, because we've already got like I think 45 or 50 people in the guild already, and I think some of those are alts, but still, um, we immediately got a couple dozen people who were like, "Oh yeah, if we're doing World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King this fall, I'm in. Let's start." So it became this thing of like, well, we're going to be leveling up these characters and casually working towards Wrath of the Lich King this fall. But once it comes out, we're going to be switching over from the we're going to be switching over from EverQuest TLP to World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King for our primary game that our gaming community plays. So we're still going to be playing Lord of the Rings Online on Tuesday nights. And more than likely, I'm going to be continuing to play EverQuest TLP with my Bard and with Kel on his Warrior and Adam and Maduros and other people because we want to keep our static group leveling through Lukelin. Leveling through Velius, I should say, into Lukelin. And Velius is going to be about the same time that Wrath of the Lich King is happening. So we'll still be maintaining our Lotro group once a night and probably once a night on EverQuest. We're still going to be doing our P99 groups on Friday nights. But Thursday nights and probably Saturdays and Sundays will become our Wrath of the Lich King sessions moving forward in the fall. Because Nathan wants to do it. I've never done it. Nathan's never done it. My brother's never done it. Sparrow has, Maduros has, and a bunch of other people have, but not everyone has. We want to take down the Lich King and we want to experience what everybody says is the best expansion of World of Warcraft. And many say it's the best expansion of all time of any MMORPG from that generation of MMOs. Um, I've never seen it. I can't wait to see it. So that's what we decided we were going to be doing for the fall, and just casually leveling up until then. And it's like every time I turn around, um, we've got like another 5 or 10 people in the guild. So the Raven Syndicate is growing quite nicely. And I know when we did Classic, when it launched, we had about 120 people who joined. And Nathan was telling me he's had 120, 150 people join him the last few times he's done certain things. So we're anticipating that by the time we get to this and it's actually a thing, we're probably going to end up having the biggest guild we've ever had because it's a combined community at this point. Um, we're probably going to have between 200 and 300 people, I would estimate, who are going to be playing World of Warcraft with us in the fall, which is pretty fucking epic if you come to think about it. Because I've managed 80 to 120 people with my own community. Pretty much anytime we do some of the big ones, we get about that many people. Um, but it's it's shaping up. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central, I will be back live streaming this tonight. We're going to be doing Nomergon this evening. Um, we're basically playing every Thursday night from 7 p.m. till about 10 p.m. Central. 2 to 3 hours in there. Um, I start at 7. The groups actually start at 7:30, and then we're going for 2 to 3 hours. And basically, it's every Thursday except for the Thursday when Pantheon does their live stream thing because Nathan and hang on a second. Basically, because Nathan and Sparrow are part of the Pantheon community, so they go to the I gotta answer that in a second, materials. Because they're part of that, they go do that on those Thursday nights. But three sessions a month, we're gonna be doing that live stream group. Maduros, Maduros, Maduros. Say my name 3 times. I show up like Beetlejuice. Thank you, Maduros. I appreciate it, man. It's been awesome to have you a part of the community. Maduros. Oh, what the fuck? I see a Lance Gila. I see Gila in the chat. I haven't seen Gila in a while. How are you doing, man? What's up? We were just talking about you the other day, Gila. I don't know if there's probably so much chat going on in Discord, but we were talking about gardens and stuff, and I realized we hadn't seen any garden posts from you in a while. And I know you said you and your kids were going to be doing a read through of the Lord of the Rings at some point this summer. Um, Good to see you, sir. Hopefully all is well. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I've not watched that movie in a long time. So in any case, it looks like Nathan was leveling last night. I think Maduros, you helped Sparrow get some levels yesterday. Do you know what Sparrow got to yesterday? Yeah, dude, I remember you had taken a new job and you were doing like a couple of things. What are you going to be playing, Gila? Because we're doing multiple things right now. We've got EverQuest is the big game right now. We got Lotro. We've got a little bit of World of Warcraft Classic going on, and P99. I don't know if any of those are games that tickle your fancy because I know you're doing a lot of EverQuest 2 with us. Halfway through 26 for Sparrow. Okay, cool. So she's the lower end. I know she wasn't feeling good last night. She didn't do her ESO stream. It looks like, but tonight's gonna be a good night. We should get a couple levels in Nomergon. I am being reminded to do my Patreon post for the morning. I'll probably do the Patreon post. Chris is cooking breakfast right now. Give me 2 seconds to check with her because I'll probably wrap up the celebratory stream um, once breakfast is ready, and then we'll go into. All right, let me answer that real quick before we wrap this up. Not wrap up, but before I go check with Chris. What's going on right now to answer your question, Gila? Um, Hang on, my brain is cycling through. So we just, yeah, I've done Nomergon before. Because I played when Classic first came out, so I did that for about 6 months. Yeah, I don't blame you, Gila. I don't think so I didn't want to do EQ2 either. Varsoon came out, and Nathan was like, "Hey, I'm doing this Saturday afternoon thing," and I said, "You know what? I'm willing to do it for the content for the YouTube channel, but I'm not really into playing EverQuest 2. I don't want to lead anything. I don't want to. I just want to show up. I'll be your healer. That's it. So I'm joining them on Saturday afternoons. It's a lobby group. It plays once a week for like 2 to 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon. I'm okay with that because I am so burnt out on EverQuest 2 right now as well, Lance. So let me answer your question though. The EverQuest TLP started, I don't know, a month ago now, so we're pretty deep into that right now. We're already midway through the first set of alts, um, so that's probably not a good thing to join. Um, I don't know if you like World of Warcraft Classic, Gila, um, but we are right now leveling those. We have characters that are leveling up, and we have a guild formed. There's about 50 people in the guild. Um, that is something that's very casually happening right now, and people have groups throughout the week. And when we get to the fall, like September, whenever Wrath of the Lich King Classic actually launches, that's going to be the main thing that we're doing as a community between Nathan's community is joining our community. And we're all going to be doing that together. Um, EverQuest 2 is happening on the weekends. It's not my guild. So if you wanted to get an invite into that, you could. They have their own guild that's doing their own thing in their own Discord, so I don't really know a lot about that. But if you were wanting to do EverQuest 2, you might want to get involved with that one, Lance, because that just kicked off like a couple weeks ago. I would say those are your two best bets, like community gaming wise, would be either getting involved with the World of Warcraft stuff because we're casually leveling up through the classic stuff. I have a mage alt that I just started the other day that's like level 11 or 12 now, and I'm playing him like twice a week. Then I have the main hunter who's level 28, which I'm playing with those guys on Thursday nights. Um, And EverQuest 2, which is on Saturdays. Yeah, no more power leveling. That was too much. Well, it's kind of cool to watch Nathan leveling up his paladin, so that means he's ready to go for tonight. Cool. Oh, those sausages smell good. Chris is making sausages and eggs for breakfast. Speaking of World of Warcraft Classic, I'm gonna do a stream after breakfast. I'll come back and do a I'm gonna do my solo mage today. Dude, the cats are crazy, man. And Chris got chickens, dude. So it's not just we had the baby kittens, and Chris got 6 chickens. This house, it's like a fucking funny farm right now, man. All kinds of new stuff. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of months since I saw you last. But I'm glad to know that you're coming up for air finally after, because new jobs do that to you, man. Like that's a killer. One way or the other, we will get you into something new, Gila. Whether it's Warcraft or EverQuest 2 or something. Technically, we're gonna all be starting new alts as well in EverQuest. On the TLP server when Kunark comes out, which I think is about 4 weeks away. Kunark is 3 or 4 weeks away. We'll be starting a new set of alts, a new set of Ixar alts when that comes out. So there's always that to look forward to as well if you wanted to do EverQuest 1. And also the EverQuest 1 guild is going very good right now, Lance. If you wanted to get involved with that on the TLP server Yellowknack. But I mean, there's everybody's so spread over the map right now with levels because we already leveled up to level 50. Am I still logged into EverQuest? Holy shit, I am. I didn't even realize. I was AFK because I forgot to log out of the game. That's what I'm doing there, William. I'm logging out now. I was hanging out here like an hour and a half ago and completely forgot to just log out my character. So let me do that before I forget. So if you wanted to do that, you could also with Gila. There's lots of different groups going on in EverQuest 1 on the Yellowknack server. But I want to say thanks to everybody again. Last night was pretty amazing. Obviously, this was a celebratory video today, a celebratory live stream because I wanted to just hang out with people and say thanks for your support. Um, we're so far beyond what I imagined this month. Not only did we raise like almost $500 for the cat fundraiser at the beginning of the year, I said, hey, I want to try to raise $500 this month for full-time YouTube, and last night we surpassed that. So now we're into I don't even know what we're into. Like, I don't have any stretch goal ideas set up. It's literally just at this point, there are things we need to buy around this place to continue to upgrade the house. Like, I need to buy a new electric toolkit. And my brother was just sending me a message going, you should totally do like an Amazon wish list because all the streamers that I follow do Amazon wish lists. And I was like, I can do that. But now it's like, now we're into bonus stuff. So I am open to suggestions if people have stretch goal ideas since we're beyond the $500 goal for the rest of the month. We still got 2 weeks left in the month. I'm up for whatever, guys. Whatever if you have good ideas, drop them in the comments below. Drop them in Discord. Let me know what you guys think would be some cool stretch goals. Thanks to everybody who has been contributing and supporting me as a content creator and Chris and I as we do this new journey here with all the cats and chickens, and it's kind of like a homestead but not completely a homestead. I am going to try to produce a video for the Marginal Boundaries YouTube channel soonish. I feel like we've got enough stuff updated. I could at least do some portions of the house just to show people what it was like when we got here versus what it's like now. A lot of this stuff is going to be a long time. Like I'm not repainting until next year. We're working on the plumbing right now because we had the pipe burst last week, and then Chris went digging and found that it wasn't a copper pipe. Turned out it was a cat cam is what's needed. They had just had a rubber hose as the inline, and then Chris went digging that up and found out. Thankfully, it's a stub. It's a 18-inch hose that runs from a copper pipe to a copper pipe, and they just spliced it with a hose for some reason. Sparrow, I hope you're feeling good this morning. We were literally just on Twitter sending you a tweet, and I told everybody to go wish you well. So your ears must have been burning, Sparrow. Um, so hopefully you're feeling better this morning. So, a huge this whole live stream today was me to say thanks to everyone who has been supporting. We hit $500 last night, 2 weeks ahead of schedule. We've had a bunch of other folk coming in this morning and donating stuff. It is crazy. Um, Sparrow's here in chat, so we need to do something for her. Here. Um, where is it at? Here. So it's always better if I just drop this as a link. Go follow her Twitch because she's going to be live streaming with us tonight on World of Warcraft. Gnomeregan tonight. It's Gnomeregan tonight. And then tomorrow night is P99. Hopefully you're feeling good for all those, Sparrow. Yeah, the heart rate sucks. That does suck having those types of things. Ooh, I just got another image from Nathan. You guys want to see what this one is? I'm totally sharing all the teasers. Let's look at this image from Nathan real quick, everybody, because he's sending me more goodies. This is going into the tabletop book. Look at that, money pouch. So not only did I get an axe, I got like a money pouch now. And these are the cool little images that I could stick up in the corner of pages and stuff. So this, even though we launched the tabletop book on May 31st, we're continuing to work on it and add more art to it. And that's the nice thing about a digital publication is I can go in and update it at any point in time. And then I just, whenever there's a revised version, I send that out to our customers. So that's what he just sent me. He's doing fluff art like that right now. So everybody go follow Sparrow, twitch.tv/Sparrow. I dropped a link in the YouTube. She's going to be streaming with us tonight in World of Warcraft. Then tomorrow night, she's going to be streaming with us in P99. I don't know where we're going this week. I need 2 seconds, everybody. I really... The coffee. It's the coffee. Give me 2 seconds here. Oh my God, I feel better. That was intense. Breakfast will be ready soon, so as soon as Chris pops her head in here and says that it's time to eat, I will be wrapping up this celebratory stream. But I will be back. I'm going to be leveling my mage some more in Warcraft this morning, so we'll be back for that here as soon as I eat breakfast. But in the meantime, I'm still good for a few more minutes, it looks like. So yeah, glad you're feeling better, Sparrow. Heart rate stuff sucks. I don't think I've had that, but I've had I had congestive lung failure when I was 22, and I had some pulmonary issues for a little bit for about 8 months after that, and that was some seriously scary stuff. Like going through that, health stuff is never fun. It was terrifying. Like not being able to breathe the way you're supposed to be able to breathe. And it was all related to I grew up in I grew up on a dairy farm, but my dad and his brothers all grew up in the ceramic tile and natural stone trade. So I was raised a third generation ceramic tile and natural stone contractor. And so my dad had me on job sites from the time I was 7 years old. Never wore a mask, never had a respirator, just, sweeping floors and mixing concrete and mixing thin set and grout and everything else. And so you're constantly breathing in concrete dust and shit. And I'll never forget, like getting an 8-inch cup wheel grinder and going and grinding down a hump out of a concrete floor so that you could level the floor out, and you're just breathing it all in. And no one ever taught me, and I never thought about it because no one around me ever educated me on that. So I was just constantly breathing in concrete dust. Well, and my uncles smoked, and so I started smoking cigarettes. And by the time I was 22, my lungs were just like, you know what? That's enough. You're smoking cigarettes, all that tar that's in your lungs, and it's sticky, and then the concrete is sticking to that tar and creating this hard layer of crap that just basically coated the interior membranes of my lungs. And when I was 22, I had congestive lung failure because I just couldn't get any oxygen. And I immediately stopped smoking cigarettes, and they put me on two different types of inhalers. One was a nebulizer to open everything up, and the other one was something that went in there and literally broke up that concrete and tar, and I was coughing that stuff out of my lungs for like 8 months. It was not a fun time for me. So I totally get what you're talking about, Sparrow, with health stuff. It sucks. Yes, crinkled. That's exactly what it is, man. Like we didn't 20, let's just say 30 years ago, no one ever, you know, it's kind of like lead paint. 60 years ago, no one knew that lead paint was dangerous. You just lived with it, And if you're a painter, you're huffing lacquer and you're in there spraying a room. You're not wearing a mask. Masks are for pussies, like that kind of stuff. And so growing up in the construction, you being a carpenter's kid, you totally know what I'm coming about. Sawdust is just as bad as concrete in my mind. Maybe not quite as bad, but it's that thing. So my dad has never smoked a day in his life, and he had his lungs checked when he was like in his 50s, and the doctor was like, "Do you have asthma?" And my dad's like, "No." And he's like, "Your lungs look like you've been suffering asthma your whole life." My dad's never smoked a day in his life, but he's just sucking down concrete dust for 40 years, you know. So, thankfully, um I was able to get past that because it happened to me when I was in my lower 20s, and so quitting smoking and everything else for 20 years, my lungs have recuperated. But I cannot to this day, like, I like to run, but a 5K for me is about the max of what I can do. And it takes me about 6 months to get to the point where I can run a 5K. I can't go beyond. I've tried multiple times to go beyond a 5K, and my lungs just can't handle it. Like, I can't get beyond a 5K because my lungs just won't allow me to breathe good enough to go past a 5K run. It just won't happen. I've tried multiple times. And I've had sinus issues my whole life, so it's just, that's all that stuff's in there is destroyed and sucks. So, yes, Sparrow, you have to pay attention to it. Especially as we all of us get older. Um, so I would say, Sparrow, it's good to know when you're having a bad night and say, you know what? Fuck streams, fuck YouTube. I love video games, but you know what? My life is more important. So, hugs for Sparrow, and uh, no sustainable breath. That's the very good way to put it. I have no sustainable breath. I cannot do like deep breaths. I can't do I can't do sustainable long-term runs. But you're feeling better, Sparrow. That's the most important part. I think everyone needs to post gardening photos this morning in Discord. I don't have any gardening photos, but I can get baby kitten photos. We can actually. Once we do breakfast, I'll go if they're awake. Little baby Woke up this morning, her eyes are much better after one day of drops. We got to do drops for 3 more days. So we're just really hoping that we know there's no side effects. But we could do kitten, chicken photos, and garden photos this morning. That would be a good side effect. There you go, Gila. More garden photos. I have lots of nettle growing in my small yard. Well, nettle is a plant, sir. Chris and I are so stressed that we can't do a garden right now because of all the iguanas. Because we went and bought like 30 packets of seed. I've got seeds for all sorts of things. I think we're just going to start planter gardens and put them in the front um, because we need to start growing something. She doesn't want to spend money on planters because we have all of this backyard space, but I can't control the iguanas. So, what's up, Misha? I can't control the iguanas out back, so the only solution is to do a planter garden and have it up front where the garage would eventually be built. Because that area we can control and it's blocked off. There are some occasional lizards that get in there, but the big iguanas are all back in the forest and they don't come up front. The only thing we get are the small ones. So there's really no way to control that unless you just put chicken wire around your, like, you'd have to build an enclosure for your garden. Otherwise, and even then, the chicken wire, is still like a 2-inch wide diameter hole, and the small lizards can still crawl through that. So your only solution at that point is to build an actual greenhouse. And I'm not building a greenhouse. That's a whole nother level of dedication. I have a big ass backyard. I should be able to grow. But that's why everyone says we got to get a dog now. And I'm just like, God damn it. I'd rather get a donkey, to be honest with you. Like, a donkey would be fun, and donkeys scare off everything. But a donkey's way too big for our backyard. Um, so we'll probably end up getting a dog at some point. We shall see. We shall see. All right, folks. Breakfast is on the table, it looks like. So I got to go get breakfast. Here's what's coming down the pipeline very quickly. After breakfast, I'm going to post the Patreon post. And then after the Patreon post, I'm going to go live and play Warcraft for a few hours this morning. Probably 2 or 3 hours. Then I'm going to take a break this afternoon, and then we're coming back tonight at 7 p.m. Central to play World of Warcraft Classic with myself, Sparrow, who's in chat, the Nathan Napalm, Maduros, who's also here in chat, and my brother. We will be doing Gnomeregan tonight as part of our multi-stream leveling group towards Wrath of the Lich King this fall. If you need a guild invite, make sure to come ping us when we're online tonight. We can get you invited into the guild. Crinkle, do you have officer status yet? If you don't have officer status, remind me and I'll get you officer status crinkled so you can invite more people in as they come in. I've tried to remember to flag people and I keep forgetting. Or maybe I gave everybody not officer status. Maybe I gave everyone invite capabilities as members. I think that's actually what I did. I'll double check that tonight. But I'll be solo leveling my mage here after breakfast. So breakfast, Patreon post, back with a new stream. If you can invite people, then I already took care of that, Crinkled. I flagged everyone a couple weeks ago. I just had forgotten until I was talking about it and reminding myself, oh yeah, I already did that. I flagged all the members to be able to invite other people. So yeah, breakfast, Patreon post. I'll be live here in I'll probably be live in the next 30 minutes to an hour. I don't have a timeline exactly. It depends on how long it takes me to eat breakfast, hang out with Chris for a bit, get the Patreon post up, and then we'll be live with some World of Warcraft solo leveling with the mage. And then tonight, 7 p.m., Gnomeregan with our multi-stream group. Thanks everyone again today. Just during this live stream, I'm going to scroll up and say thanks to everybody who helped out because we hit $500 last night and then we were doing a congratulatory stream this morning. Deshlock Desh dropped another $4, then $20, and then 99 cents because he was wanting to do the $24.99. And then Maduros dropped another $50 in chat. So thanks to everybody for supporting. I appreciate it. We're way beyond the $500 mark now, so I guess we're gonna ride it out and see what we get to by the end of the month. Like I said, if you've got ideas for stretch goals, drop them down in the comments below or let me know in Discord. I'm happy to do crazy stuff. I won't cut my beard off though. I will not cut the beard. Um, I'm open to suggestions though about other stuff, so feel free. Um, Glad you're feeling better, Sparrow. Talk to you soon. Misha, hi and bye, because you joined right as I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'll see everybody here in the next hour. I'm going to get going with Warcraft if you come hang out then. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Enjoy. No touchy the beard. No. This is a year and a half of growth. I'm not touching it yet.